What's up everybody and welcome back to the channel. I'm Pony Lawson and this is Tattoo Critiques. This week we're taking a break from viewer submissions and taking a peek at some of the best and worst tattoos of Reddit this month. We always have a lot of fun with these and I'm usually pretty surprised at what you guys decide to put on your bodies. So let's get it. Once again, welcome back. I wanted to start this episode off on a good note, so we're going to check out some of the most upvoted tattoos on the Tattoos subreddit. But before we get started, if you guys could please hit subscribe, it means the world to me and helps me keep the lights on. Alright, let's check out this first one. This one seems to be her first tattoo and she went all out. She started with a sleeve of the birds and the bees. And if she's got kids, this is one way to get that conversation started. You know, I never understood that analogy. Are the birds doing something to the bees or vice versa?
Do like the birds do the bees and make my sneeze in a lady.
Well, I don't know. Either way, solid tattoo. The composition in this tattoo is amazing. I love the way that it moves with the natural flow of her body. It's not super realistic, it's a bit painterly. This one's just really nicely put together. And if that were my first tattoo, and I love the birds that much, then I'd be thrilled. My favorite part about this tattoo is the group of flowers and the way they're structured up top. It just has a nice organic flow. It doesn't really seem like anything was copy and pasted, so I really think the artist did a great job with that. And the bees are just a nice, cute little touch. So for it being the top voted this month, really not too bad. Let's check out what we've got next. Oh, look at that, one done by ZZ Boy. We actually featured ZZ Boy in a previous video and he's always got amazing work. And remember, this is hand poked. So if I had to guess, this probably took a few hours. One thing I mentioned in that featured video is how well he saturates his tattoos. And that's quite a challenge for being hand poked. I know it looks like that moon isn't that well saturated, but when I zoom in, it just seems to be like that's part of the bandage. One thing I noticed about ZZ Boy's tattoos is he generally uses a similar color palette, which is why I knew this was his right when I saw it. And I just love how he makes these little X-ray animals. I just think they're really cool. So I would definitely say that that's well deserved to be at the top. But I want to check out some of the other tattoos over on Shitty Tattoos subreddit. Alright, this first one says, 15-year-old me should have never had a tattoo machine. And I can relate. I had a machine at 14 years old and I was making a lot of these similar mistakes. It seems like he really likes names for some reason. Joe Campin, I'm gonna look this guy up. It really seems like he let anybody tattoo his leg. Or maybe he couldn't afford a yearbook. And if I had to guess, he's probably not friends with these people anymore. But it doesn't look like his leg is the only area with bad tattoos. From those knuckles, I'm guessing his hand is just as bad. If I had to guess, this is probably a skeleton hand with lice. Oh, that's cute. There's a little sausage on that second photo. We'll probably have to blur that out, but you guys can feel free to go check it out for yourselves. And does that pineapple have any significance? At 15, probably not. And I think it's supposed to be upside down. I love how somebody wrote happy birthday, like that was a nice gift to him. Best gift ever. Do you think that's really Mike Tyson's signature? Man, Lauren went deep. But I'm sure you're happy with all these tattoos regardless. I know I'm happy with my shitty leg. It's definitely not the worst tattoo I've seen on anybody's body. I'm sure there's lots of good memories here. But let's check out what we've got next. All right, now that might be one of the worst tattoos I've seen. That was definitely a choice. You could have got that tattoo anywhere else on your body, but you clearly wanted people to know what team you were on. Man, could you imagine having a presidential slogan or like Bill Clinton running down the side of your neck? And I'm pretty sure the slogan was from Reagan, but what do I know? And there is a thing called term limits, so this tattoo's got a shelf life. This is just like getting your girlfriend's name on your neck that you know you're gonna break up with in 4 years. But at least it's done fairly well. I mean, I kinda like the font choice. I mean, the tattoo matches the mullet. But you can cut the mullet when you get tired of that. You can't, well, I guess you could just. Now I went to the comments to see what they had to say, but to be expected, it's just a dumpster fire. Regardless of your beliefs, this is just a bad idea. Good luck with that one. Let's check out what's on the good list again. Now here we have a tattoo of some artwork by Alex Gray, and this is generally the style of tattoo that I would turn down. Because although the artwork is beautiful, it is a nightmare to tattoo. There's just so many little details, so much symmetry, this thing has to be perfect, and I bet it took forever. But I will say this artist pulled it off, so congrats to them. I really love those magentas in the background and how it kind of comes onto the neck, just separating the head from everything else. Even the light blue at the bottom just really brings a nice contrast to the entire piece. And they didn't slack on those eyeballs. Those things are hot fire. I think the way that they finished off this sleeve on the back side looks a lot more pleasing to the eye than the front. The front just seems like they ended it a bit too abruptly. Personally, I would fade that out a bit more just in case they wanted to tie that into something else. But who knows? Maybe he does have something planned for this, and I'm sure he was in a world of hurt at that point in the tattoo. Either way, great tattoo, and well deserved to be on the top, but definitely not something I want to get into. Real quick, I want to take a break and give a shout out to the sponsor of this channel, Mad Rabbit. Mad Rabbit is a tattoo aftercare company that I've been using for quite some time, and I think you ought to give it a try as well. They've got all types of products to help you out with your tattoo, whether that's during or after, they've got you covered. So head on over to madrabbit.com, fill up your cart, and make sure to use code PONY20 to save 20% off of your entire order. All right, let's get back to it. All right, up next we've got a very colorful xenomorph from the movie Aliens. Now this tattoo's done fairly well. There are a couple little lines here and there that are a bit shaky, but this is a fun take on something that's supposed to be so dark. I bet he's pretty cuddly. I love these little party dots. I think that's a nice touch. And the whole entire thing has this almost pseudo-traditional type feeling to it. It's almost psychedelic, like they're developing their own style, which is really cool to see. I would almost bet that the artist portfolio has a lot of this type of work. And I love this little spike on the back. It almost looks like one of those little xylophones you'd have as a kid. A xylophone xenomorph. Definitely not a perfect tattoo by any means, but it's nice to see people experimenting and pushing that envelope, not just rehashing the same alien tattoo over and over again. So for that reason alone, I think it's well deserved to be on the top with the rest of these tattoos. Let's see what's next. All right, back on the shitty tattoos subreddit, I found this gem. I was his first kiss. I was his first love. I was his first friend. He is in the military, and he is my hero. He is my whole world. I am his mother.
Say what?
Well, that took a turn. And he will always be my little boy. Yikes. What kind of back of the woods bullshit is this? Look, moms, I know you love your kids, but what a weird way to start this poem off. If my mom went around telling people that I was her first kiss, well, I think they'd look at her rather strange. And me, for that matter.
He was a beautiful pony, and I loved him.
Mom, don't tell anybody that. I just wonder what he thinks of this tattoo. And I really wonder what part of the body this is. I'm assuming it's a back, and if so, that's just a lot of real estate to be taking up with I wouldn't even call that a mediocre tattoo. There's just so many crooked lines, and some letters are bigger than the others, and with this thing being so big, it should have been a lot cleaner. At least they didn't choose Comic Sans. And there's a nice little set of dog tags down at the bottom. I can't really read it. What do you guys think it says? Let me know in the comments. Keep it clean, guys. I mean, you could have got this anywhere and a lot smaller. Maybe put it on your ankle or somewhere like that. I don't know, this is just another bad choice, and it almost looks like a bumper sticker on the back of a Toyota. Let's see what else we've got. Speaking of Toyota, I lost my virginity at Toyotathon. What better place? What would possess somebody to get this tattoo? Unless it's true. So many backseats to choose from.
I made some love stains in the back seat. You'll see.
But still, what a weird choice in artwork. I wonder if she lost a bet. And compared to all these other tattoos she has, this thing is just so bold and stands out like a sore thumb. I don't even know what this other tattoo is on top of that though. It just looks like ninja stars or cat scratches. How many cats do you think she has? I mean, the more I look at it, the more I like it. I bet she's a really funny person, and I'm sure I'd get along with her. But I wouldn't trust her. I bet she'd even pull up in a Nissan Altima. I mean, definitely well deserved to be on the shitty tattoos subreddit. I mean, I love it, but it is a shitty tattoo. Let's pull out of this one and check out something else. All right, here we have what might be the best tattoo I've seen so far this week. I absolutely love anatomy tattoos, and this thing is really well done. And it's got a nice hidden message in there with the heart being in the brain. I mean, I'm not entirely sure what it means. I think it means they think with their heart. Not sure, but there's definitely a hidden meaning there. They definitely hit the nail on the head when it comes to that anatomy style. This is for sure something you'd see in a medical book. I love the detail in the skull and in the muscle figure, and it's nice to see that they managed to blend that so well with something so meaningful. Maybe it's just me, but I've always been drawn to these type of images. There's just something captivating about it. So excellent work to Madison Better at Howdy Tattoos in St. Louis. But let's check out one more. And here we have yet another bad idea. Somebody decided to get a mugshot of Gypsy Rose in her prison oranges. I mean, the tattoo itself really isn't bad, but how long is the shelf life on this thing? I know everybody's been talking about it for the past few weeks, but everybody's gonna forget about Gypsy Rose in the next month, and you're still gonna have this on your leg. It makes me wonder if you have any kind of relationship to Gypsy Rose, or if you're just trying to be funny for the week. And from this photo, it doesn't look like you have a whole lot of other tattoos, so just a bad idea in my book. I mean, the numbers are solid, the letters are solid, her hands are a little goofy, but they did nail her very recognizable face. Now that's a face only a mother could love. Too much? All right, on that note, I'm gonna get out of here. Once again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please consider subscribing. And remember, if you'd like to see your tattoos critiqued on this series, you can do so by sending them over to ponycritiques@gmail.com. And as always, I will see you guys next week.